P. Rajeev.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Chairman. Actually, this bill is the child of the UPA government. This is the after effect of the opening up of the Pandara box did by the UPA too. At that, I am remembering the discussion, at the time of discussion, the then Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde and one BJP leader, the then leader, there was a conversation on this disputed issue. At that time, our leader Sitaram Yechury mentioned that this is a match-fixing exercise. But unfortunately, it could not be fulfilled at that time. Now, earlier UPA came with an ordinance. Because of the conduct of election, they could not move it again. Now, this government came with this bill, sir. Sir, actually, this is against the basic principle of democracy. We have passed the Andhra Pradesh reorganization bill. The president gave assent to that bill. 2 states were formed. As per this act, we have constituted 2 states and the elections are conducted and 2 governments were formed in Telangana and Sumatra. Actually, we are in a very complex situation. The disputed villages, the constituency which consists of these disputed villages is represented by our MLA, CPM MLA. Now you have withdrawn some villages from that constituency. You are displacing more than 3 lakhs people, citizen voters from that constituency. This MLA is representing that constituency in Telangana Assembly. He will be representing that constituency after passing of this bill. Actually, this is against the basic principle of democracy. You have withdrawn the voters of our MLA and you have created another confusion in the states. So I think this is against the democratic principles. Sir. Second thing, this is ultra-vires to the constitution. One of the main architects of the disaster, our late colleague Jairam Demesti, main architect of the disaster and very learned colleague, Jairam Demesti mentioned the chronology of these things. Sir, he said, and also our Honorable Home Minister while presenting this bill mentioned that the then Prime Minister gave an assurance. But which prevailed? The assurance of the Prime Minister or the Constitution provision? As per the Constitution, Article 3 correctly stated the procedure, provided that no bill for the purpose shall be introduced in either House of Parliament except on the recommendation of the President and unless where the proposal contained in the bill affects the area, boundaries or name of any of the states. The bill has been referred by the President to the legislator of that state for expressing its views thereon within such period as may be specified in the reference or within such further period as the President may allow and the period so specified or allowed as explained. This is the, this is the constitutional provision. Our Devi Shankar Prasad ji, one of the leading advocates, lawyer of the country, is the law minister, eminent lawyer, and the law minister is here. This is the constitutional provision. My humble query, that is, which prevailed? The former Prime Minister's assurance to the House or the constitutional provision? And Jairam Demesti specifically stated that there is a provision in the bill itself. If it is there, which prevails? The constitutional provision or an act? I want to know from the very learned, eminent lawyer of the country and the law minister, through you, sir, Devi Shankar Prasad ji, which will prevail?
I didn't hear what you said.
The constitutional provision or the...
He has said, that is enough.
or this assurance by the former Prime Minister. So this is ultra-wise to the Constitution. That is the writing. Actually, we have no legislative competency to pass. It's already passed in the Lok Sabha.
That is
Actually,
over.
we have no
That question
legislative
is over.
competency to discuss these things, sir. Sir.
No, it is
again,
a bill passed in the Lok Sabha, so there is no point in discussing
But I
legislative
have the
competence.
right to,
Say that.
I
You are-
have the right
To say that. You can express your view.
invite the attention of the House to that important point, sir. It's a very
Okay.
important thing. It would be
That we
happen
can do.
again. It would be happen again. Any government can come with a bill to bifurcate the boundaries of any state without consulting with the state legislator against the provisions in the constitution. It's a very important thing, sir. Then next thing, our late colleague Jairam Nivesti is the architect of the land acquisition bill. But there are some other provisions. Consent should be there by the Grama Sabha, not consultation. I was in the committee. You are well aware of that provision. Consent should be there by the Grama Sabha. If it is in this specific area, under the tribal area, under 5th schedule, no consultation, no consent. Then whether there any consent for this project by the Grama Sabha or by these mandals, as by my understanding, there was no consent by the Grama Sabhas, then it is against the provisions of the PESA Act, sir, and also the Land Acquisition Act, sir. To rehabilitate all the tribal who are living in the scheduled area,
Your time.
I am concluding. There is a provision. They should be rehabilitated in scheduled areas. I want to know from the government whether specific scheduled area is available in Simandra to rehabilitate these more than 3 lakh tribal people, whether it is available in Simandra. If it is not available, it is against all this act.
Congress only once
Then
more.
how can you come with this bill?
Eh?
It is totally against this act, sir. And, sir, I would not like to take more time. Without causing threat, if the project is built with appropriate changes in the design, this will be no loss to the interest of Andhra Pradesh as suggested by engineers and experts. It should be redesigned. This project should be redesigned for the benefit of the country. Sir, after reviewing the Polavaram project, empowered committee constituted by Supreme Court suggested that the subject of construction of Polavaram project had to be revisited. This is the recommendation of the committee constituted by the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And sir, this is the same recommendation given by the Central Water Commission, CWC. By bringing down the threat, the transfer of land and tribals of Telangana area to Andhra Pradesh can be stopped. Sir, I urge to the government through you, withdraw the bill on this Polavaram and redesign the project to avoid any threats. And 3, the threatened area and land should be retained in Telangana only. And 4, the rights and culture of the tribals in the 5th scheduled area have to be protected.
Thank you.
We have Communist Party of India Marxists always have a very consistent stand on this issue, sir. By these ways, I conclude.